a celebration of you. So if you want to take the next 60 seconds and light a candle, grab essential oil, surround yourself with props. I know a lot of you enjoy using a bolster that helps your practice be a little more relaxing. Blocks, straps. We're going to have a party for you today. And I want you to do whatever you can to make your space beautiful, comfortable, and relaxing. And as soon as you have a few things set up around you to make this moment special, I'm going to invite you to find any position, any shape that you want to be in for these first few breaths. You can sit, you can lie on your back. If you're feeling a little jittery and wiggly, you can stand. Tina, thank you for the palm trees. So here we are as we arrive in this place with our body as it is. Take a few deep breaths. This is even better than a birthday because we don't have to do push-ups today. This is gentle yoga just for you, a class perfectly individually designed to give you and your body exactly what you need today. Receive this practice like a love letter from yourself to yourself. You've worked hard. You've earned some downtime. Allow yourself this gift of being present and being here for yourself, with yourself. This celebration will help you fill your cup with life, with energy, with love, with compassion for self. So you can leave here and do whatever it is that you need to do from that place of being fulfilled. I'd like you to start this practice with eyes closed. Take a deep breath in, and on this inhale, say the word thank. And as you let the breath go, say you. And extend this to yourself. Thank you. A few breaths in and out. Thank you. Start with gratitude to yourself for showing up today, for making time. Thank yourself for all of the work you've been doing in the world. Every step you've taken, every effort you've made has brought you here today. You have arrived. It's time for a rest. If you're lying on the floor, stay there, hug your knees into your chest and move around a bit. And if you're seated, we're going to just start with some easy and gentle seated cat-cows. So right where you are, pulling your heart forward and pressing your heart backward. On this special day for you, you're going to get a full body massage right here on your yoga mat. So consider these movements like the hand of a skilled and loving massage therapist. And just like a massage therapist would ask, is this too much? Does this hurt? You get to give voice to your experience and choose the exact sensation and pressure that works for you. If you're lying on your back, let your knees drop to the left and turn your head to the right in a twist. If you're seated, you're just going to look over the right shoulder and take a seated twist. Feel your breath moving through you and slowly starting to untie the knots of tension. You have arrived at your own celebration. Put a soft, easy little smile on the inside of your lips. Let your body know that you are receptive to these sensations. Slowly twist to the other side. All you have to do is watch your breath move through your body. The breath becomes the fingers of this massage therapist, gently pressing into places that are hard and tight. The breath invites a softening. You have arrived. Gently come back to neutral. Pause for just a moment to take one more deep breath in with a long exhale. Maybe even out loud. We'll start to make our way over onto all fours. So give yourself some padding under your knees if you like. Take a moment to fold up a blanket or fold the middle of your mat. And once you arrive here in a tabletop position, let's just start with some organic movement. For you, it might be side to side. Maybe natural, just small cat and cow. You might be invited to make the movement bigger or maybe smaller. Again, remember that this practice was designed especially for you. So you get to choose on all fours what kind of movement serves you best. I invite you to slide your hands forward and shift your body into a kneeling plank. And roll your hips back into child's pose. You can continue moving with breath or stay in child's pose. Let your mind wander through your body and find a place that's especially tender, sore, tight. Move your breath around that space like a tender touch. And we'll come back to settle in child's pose. Take your knees wide. If your knees are a little sensitive, one nice trick is you can put a pillow on the backs of your calves and give yourself something to sit on. Maybe something under your head. Allow yourself to rest here. Let gravity take over. Let the body sigh. You can stay here for as long as you like, the whole practice, if that serves you. When you're ready, let's return to a tabletop position, and we're going to start at the feet and make our way through the body. So we're going to start with the tops of the feet. Our toes are pointing back, and you're just going to alternate lifting one knee and then the other. So stretching across the front of your foot, the front of your ankle. This is a wonderful stretch if you've been doing a lot of walking or running. Your shins are a little sore. So you can continue alternating, or if you like, hands come back a little closer. Lift both of your knees off the mat. Hold here through your core. Build a little heat. And then release. Tuck your toes under and start to feel the first hint of stretch underneath your toes. Very gently shift your weight back over your feet. And again, you get to determine how much or how little. Some people call this pose screaming toes because you don't get here much. You could come all the way up to sit on your feet. That's a little bit intense. Keep your hands down, but feel that stretch underneath your feet. The fascia, the arches. We'll release our hands back to the mat if they're lifted. And let's start to come up into downward facing dog, huddling the heels. This is gentle yoga. So if you have a wrist injury or this doesn't feel good to your shoulders, stay on your knees. In downward facing dog, start to pedal the heels. Let's move the sensation up into the ankles, the Achilles tendons. Low belly hugs in, hips lift high. Separate your feet a little bit wider, come up onto your toes, and then drop both of your heels over to the right side, and then press back with your hands. Deep, slow breaths. Come back to center, lift on your tippy toes, rock your heels over to the left side. Press through your hands and breathe. And lift back into the center. Let's slowly walk the feet up to meet the hands. We're going to keep our knees nice and bent. Let's start right here with ragdoll, fingertips touching elbows, a deep breath in with a long exhale. Make sure you keep your knees bent enough to hold your body weight on the tops of your thighs. That way you're not straining the low back. Now we're going to bring our hands to the tops of our feet and just give a little gentle massage, pressure down with the palm of your hand on the tops of your feet. If your toes are cold like mine, warm them up with your hands. Just a tender gesture. And then turning the fingers in, just give a little squeeze to the arches of your feet. Knees stay bent, just gently knead your fingers into the arches. And release your hands, press to your shins, lengthen into a half lift. Bend your knees even more, and let's just slowly rise up to stand. Nice deep breath in. Let your arms circle out wide. Hands onto the backs of the legs. Trace your fingers down and come back to a flat back. Press to shins. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up again halfway, and then reach your arms out and up. And as your arms come back down, slide the fingers again down the backs of your legs, come to a flat back. Press to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Let's rise again one more time. Soft knees, sweep the arms high. Swan dive down, fingers trace the backs of the legs. Press to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Heel toe your feet just a little bit wider, and we're going to move into twist. So you can place your hand on a block here in front of you if you like. Show you that. So we'll start with the left hand on the block, the right arm lifts, and then put a big bend in your left knee. So there's a little more room to open up. Breathe here in this celebration of you. Your body here, breathing, stretching, opening, extending. Switch sides. And go back and forth with your breath. Inhale to open and bend one knee deeply. Exhale to lower. You have arrived and you've never been here before. This is a new place. This is a new experience. Brand new breath. Brand new territory to explore. Today's a new beginning. Come back to center. Lift your toes, turn your toes out wide, and let's put a bend in the knees. We'll bring hands to thighs to help us stand. Beautiful, everyone. Take a nice deep breath in, arms overhead. Palms come together in front of the heart, sink down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Find a whisper breath, Ujjayi breath. It creates heat. It gives us something to listen to pay attention to. So 2 more times, big full breath in, sinking down. Really lovely, everybody. Let your hands come to your thighs and then alternate picking up a heel. And we'll start to move the attention to our knees. So just feel the energy coming up through your calves and your shins. And staying here in this little squat position, I want you to bring your hands to your knees and just rub circles around your knees. This amazing joint that allows us mobility, allows us to sit and stand and walk and run and ride. Let your fingers come to the backs of your knees, the outside and the inside. And tell your knees thank you for all they do for you, especially if you have new ones. Keep your hands on your knees and just bend and straighten. And feel that action of that hinge joint. They're pretty good at letting you know if you're not in good alignment. There's usually a little hint so you can adjust your feet. And keep that action going. Let the arms reach up overhead. As you reach overhead, take the left arm down to the side of the leg, let the right side body stretch. Inhale, center, come to your squat and lift, then to the opposite side. Center and down, up and over. Take your time, find the pace that works for you. Practice is designed especially for you, by you, to give you exactly what you need today. And we'll take one more nice deep breath up. Turn all 10 toes toward the long edge of your mat. So if you haven't stepped sideways yet, go ahead and do that. And then release the hands behind you. Open up through your chest. And exhale, come down into a forward fold. Pause here for a few breaths. And then let your fingertips come to the floor. Let's bend the knees again, bend and straighten. And then with the legs a little straighter, bring the hands to the back of the heels. And we're going to gently massage up the calves. So just using your fingertips to dig into the backs of the calves and very gently up into the back of the knee. And spend a moment there just exploring with your fingers that crease. This will invite you to soften your knees, to take out a little bit of that tension. Those hard, ropey things in there, those are tendons. Those are the connection points of your hamstrings to your lower leg. That's what allows the hinge to happen. Just give them a little massage. And then lengthen to a flat back. Let's turn toward the front edge of our mat and we'll drop the back knee down. So take a moment to find any padding that feels helpful to you. We'll point the toes toward the back wall. So we'll start to pay attention to the legs, the thighs, the quadriceps first. So shift your weight forward just a little bit so it kind of feels like you're on the top of your kneecap, the lower quadricep. That might draw your front knee forward a little bit. That's okay as long as there's no pain there. Then we're going to bring the hands to the knee and press ourselves up. And as we do, we're going to lean back a little bit, come to a more upright spine. And then exhale, let your hips sink in, shifting again to the front of your kneecap. And then up and back, and forward and down. You can move in any way you like, just paying attention to the thigh, the quads. And as we come down, let's bring the left hand to the ground or a block. Pull your chest forward and then just lift that back foot off the ground. And even just a few inches, you'll feel that stretch move down into the meaty part of that muscle. You can stay right there or reach back toward that foot, maybe touch the heel, maybe take a bind. Try not to strain, right? So if reaching and almost touching is a comfortable place, but touching creates strain, choose the former. And then returning to center. Both hands on the ground. Let's just rock forward and back. Starting to introduce the hamstring, but let's keep our attention here on the left front thigh. As you come forward, tuck your toes, lift the knee. You should have a little bit more length there. We'll use the front knee to help us stand up. Arms reach high. Take a hold of your left wrist, stretch your body up and over. Breathe here into what you find in the front of your body. Let a sigh escape your lips. And ease your hands back to the ground. Let your back foot slowly come forward to meet your front foot, and just take a moment to notice left leg, right leg. Your left leg should feel a little bit more alive, awake, grateful. So let's even it out. Right foot steps back. We'll drop the knee. Find a cushion under that knee. Give yourself some softness there. And then just scoot yourself forward so it feels like you're on the front or the top of your kneecap. Again, if that's painful, you're going to want some padding or just a little different weight distribution. The hands come to the left knee. Gently press yourself up. Let your body come upright. Beautiful. And then back down. Drag your hips forward. Feel yourself coming onto the top of that kneecap. Say hello to the 4 large muscles in your right thigh called quadriceps. Let's hold forward, right hand on a block or the floor. And then just pick up that back foot. And maybe it's just an inch or 2 to find the quads. You have the option to reach back toward that foot if you like. A little twist. A deep stretch of the quads. And then with hands on the floor, let's shift forward and back. Hamstring, and then just drag yourself forward a bit. Hamstring to hip flexor. Beautiful. And then tucking the back toes under, lift the knee. Use your front knee to help you come up to high lunge. And take a hold of your wrist, gently stretch up and over. Feel this all the way down to the kneecap and all the way up to the shoulder. We'll release the hands down to the ground once again. Back foot comes forward. And just see if you feel a little more equal. Left and right, right and left. We're going to travel to the outer edges, the IT bend. So we'll start by taking the left foot and crossing it behind the right foot. So the left foot comes behind. And you're going to come to the outer edge of that back foot. Separate your feet as much as you can. Lengthen into a flat back. You might want to block for this. We're going to walk our hands toward that left foot. You should be able to give yourself another little massage there on the arch of that foot. Warm up your toes. Creating a stretch all the way up the outer leg of that back leg. Send breath to where you feel the sensation. And return to center. Keep the legs crossed, bend the knees, slowly rise up to stand. Left arm comes up. Take a little side bend. Move that sensation up to your outer hip. Just tell your hips thank you for all of the work they do for you. A lot of us spend a lot of time criticizing our hips. take today and be different than that. They got us here so perfectly and so beautifully. Send them some thanks and some love. And return to center. Step onto both feet and feel left leg, right leg. See if you sense any difference in the two sides. Maybe the left leg feels a little more alive and thanked. Arms reach high. Swan dive, forward fold. And we'll cross the right foot behind the left, come to that outer edge. Heel toe your feet a little wider. And when you feel like you've got the place you want to be, start to walk your hands over toward the arch of that back foot. Give yourself another little massage. Warm up your toes, press into the arch. Breathe into the outer thigh of your back leg. Gently come back to center with knees bent. Press yourself to stand. Right arm comes up and over. The hip shifts slightly. Feel breath moving down this whole right side. Thank you, hips. Return to center. Uncross your legs. Let's move toward the hamstrings. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. With your knees super bent now, we're going to take gorilla pose. So you're going to slide your hands, palms up, underneath your feet. So bend your knees as much as you need to. And then just see if you can feel your fingers and the arches of your feet meeting. Use your toes to give your wrist a little massage. And then with knees bent, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Slowly straighten the legs as much as you can without strain on the back. So your body is kind of shaped like a number 7 here. Back is lengthened and flat. And then exhale, let yourself fold over the legs. Keep the sensation behind the knees and up the backs of the thighs. If there's too much strain, add some softness. Releasing the hands, put a bend in the knees, sweep the arms slowly, slowly overhead. Let your hips press forward. And then exhale, swan dive. Move from the hips down into the forward fold. See if the legs are a little straighter. Soften the knees, lift up. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Once more, rise high. And bow low. Let's step back so that we can open once again to the wide edge of our mat. Toes turned out, and we'll start to make our way toward the inner thigh. So we're just going to bend one knee and then the other. This is a great place to put your hands up on something so you can keep a little more of a flat back. Start to notice inner thighs. Muscles are called adductors. They allow us to do things like horseback riding, bike riding. They are very much a part of our core strength. Come over toward the right side. And bring your hand to the inside of your right foot. You're going to press your elbow to the inner knee. And then just kind of lean on that elbow a little bit, a little leverage. If it feels okay to you, pick up your left toes and let your hips sink a little bit more. This is a version of a pose called Skandasana, the hip opener, inner thigh stretch. Breathe into that sensation, that awareness. And slowly switch. Come toward your left knee, bend the knee, the hand comes right by the foot, and the elbow presses knee, knee presses elbow. You can lift your right toes and sink your hips a bit more if you like. Let's release, turn the body toward this front foot. Step to downward facing dog. We made it all the way around the thighs. Tell your legs, thank you. I'm gonna raise the right leg up in the air, bend the knee, and you're just gonna make some knee circles here. Let's make nice circles. We'll shift our attention to the glutes, the hips, the hip flexors. We're going to find our way into pigeon pose, and you have a lot of options. Option 1, knee to wrist, set the back knee down. You can stay up or lower down. If that doesn't feel good to you, choose a seated version of pigeon with a figure 4. It's a really nice option. And you can also lay down on your back, same shape. So choose a way for your right knee to be externally rotated in a way that doesn't hurt your knee. Use your props to support you here. You could place something under your hip, under your head. And now take deep breaths. Breathing into the bowl of the pelvis, as if your lungs could reach all the way down through your torso. You might feel your waistband expanding as you inhale. Our hips are mobile. They allow mobility. They allow our leg to move in all directions. Our hips have offered us the opportunity to dance, to swim, to run, to hike, to wander, to simply stand. They're an intricate network of muscles and tissue, and they deserve our gratitude so much more than our criticism. Somewhere along the line, someone told us our hips should look a certain way, be a certain shape or size. And they were wrong. Our hips are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They are perfect. Take a moment to say thank you to your hips. This is a brand new day. We've never been here before. Something new is happening right now. A new beginning. When you're ready, switch sides, and you can do that however you like. You can just switch without a lot of fanfare. You can shake out the right leg and move the left one first like we did. Take your time and find your way into the left side of external hip rotation, some variation of pigeon. Choose something that feels like a love letter to your body, a gesture of kindness, a celebration of you. Today, may you find happiness by realizing how lucky you are to simply be who you are. How lucky you are to simply be where you are. How lucky you are to simply be how you are. You, my dear, are a being of light for whom all things remain possible. And there are no caveats to this truth. You are a being of light for whom all things remain possible. Release from this pose in any way that you like. Shake it out again. And when you've had a nice transition out of the hips, we're going to make our way into the torso. So we'll come to a seat. And if you'd like to put something under your hips, you can, just to elevate your pelvis a little bit. I'm just going to sit on a folded blanket, just an inch of height. And when you arrive here, I want you to just exhale super loud. The spine moves in 6 ways. We're going to explore those here. So let's start with forward and back. Inhale to seated cow and exhale to seated cat. I invite you to really move around the bones of your pelvis. Make this movement as big as you can make it in both directions. Inhale to extend your spine. Exhale, flex the spine. As you're moving forward and back in your torso, there's a lot to pay attention to here. Gratitude to the back, the muscles of the back that support us. They literally have our back. The muscles in the back represent our past, and our strength lies in where we came from, what we came through. The front of our body, the softness, represents opening ourselves to what lies ahead. Brene Brown says so beautifully, strong back, soft front, wild heart. Can you feel both in you? Your strength, your softness, your vulnerability, your protection. Come back to neutral. We'll explore the way the body likes to move sideways. So we'll plant the left hand on the floor, reach the right arm up and over, and switch. You choose the pace. Noticing the muscles in your waist, your side body, your rib cage, your armpit. Somewhere along the line, someone told you that your waist should be a certain size or shape, that your torso should look a certain way. They were wrong. They probably stood in a place to make money from selling you a product or apparel or a quick fix pill. They lied to you. What's true is your torso is exactly as it should be, for movement, for stability, for digestion. Come back to center and we'll begin the same action, twisting. So moving side to side. You can just float from side to side or lift in the center. Find a way of just easing yourself into twist. For some of us, this torso has created life. For all of us, this is known as our second brain. Our gut feelings, our instincts reside here. This part of us has experienced so many belly laughs and stomach aches. Take a moment in gratitude for the middle of you, your torso, your belly, your back, your spine. And release to center. Your hands come together in front of your chest. Moving up into the chest and the upper back, take the arms open wide. On the exhale, wrap one arm over the other, tuck your chin to your chest, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open and switch the arm that's on top. As those hands come onto the shoulders and you round, just squeeze with your fingers. Give yourself a nice little squeeze on the back. The way you would hug someone very dear to you. Just dig in and hold. And then open. Open the arms one more time. Take a deep breath and then reach your hands behind you. Come onto fingertips and lift your sternum, lift your chest, broaden your collarbone. Breathe to feel your chest lifting and softening. This is the place where your heart beats, the place where your lungs breathe. Place of respiration and circulation and life. Somewhere along the line, someone told you that this part of your body should be a certain way. They too lied to you. The place where this heart beats and these lungs breathe is a place of magical wisdom in you. Truth. Take a moment to be grateful for what's here. Life, breath. Gently return to center. Coming up into the neck, left ear to left shoulder. Slowly roll the chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. Back and forth with half circles. This, my friend, is the place where we express ourselves. This is our place of truth telling. Take a moment in gratitude for your ability to express yourself, and for the times when that's hard and you have to really dig deep to find the words. And with the head coming back to neutral, let your hands come softly onto the sides of your neck and just use your fingers for a gentle massage up and down the back of your neck, right into the base of your skull and the tops of your shoulders. Maybe a little squeeze on your shoulders with the heels of your hands. Inhale, thank. Exhale, you. And then rub your hands together gently. Let your fingertips touch your temples and give yourself a soft massage here. Your head, your skull, your hair, your brain. Thank you. Let 4 fingers come together on each hand right here in the middle of your forehead, and just gently tap with your fingers. Just a little easy, like little raindrop tapping on your forehead, this third eye, this place of intuition. Soft tapping. And then with light pressure, just slide your hands out like a rainbow toward your cheeks. And do that again. Come to center, gentle pressure. Slide out. One more time with forehead massage, ironing out the wrinkles. And then let your hands come to hold your cheeks, your beautiful face, your gorgeous smile, your eyes that sparkle. Somewhere along the line, someone told you that your eyes were too something or not enough. Your nose, your teeth, your lips should be different than they are. They lied to you. Your face is perfect and unique and beautiful. Your skin tells a story of you. Take a moment to say thank you. And let your hands come together in front of your heart. You can choose how you want to end this practice. You can stay here in seated meditation or lie down on your back in Shavasana. I'm going to take this time to read a few more words to you about you. Do you have any idea who you really are? Do you have any idea of your effect on others? Do you know what it's like to be touched by you? To be held in your glance? To be smiled at by you? Do you know what it's like to brush up alongside of you in the streets? To see you from a distance or up close? Do you know what it's like to see you approaching or to watch you walk away? Do you know what it does for someone when they realize you've been thinking of them? No, you don't. Your insights, beauty, and strength changes lives every day, and you don't even know it. It's especially sad because those you touch think you already know, so they don't remind you. But let me. You are a light in the darkness, a bringer of the dawn. The sight of you stirs confidence, and your shadow even comfort. Your arrival quickens my spirit. Your departure is always too soon. You are a pillar, an icon, a champion to those who know you and to those who wish they did. Your effect on the world today, when you are just being you, is nothing short of awesome. Shine your light, my friend, because while your significance might escape you, you have changed me forever. Take another deep breath into your whole body and say the word thank. Exhale, you. If you're lying on your back, draw your knees in and start to find your way back to a seated position. We'll bring our hands together in front of our heart in a final gesture of gratitude and thanks. My friends, every word spoken today in this practice about you is true. If there were parts of your body that you noticed that you were disagreeing with the words I was saying, please take some time today to journal, to write a love letter to yourself, starting with your body vehicle. Take the rest of this day to celebrate you. We've never been here before. This is a new place, and something new is beginning right here, right now. Thanks for standing on the starting line with me. Namaste.